So today I'm going to be doing my 2021 anticipated releases, and this is only going to cover January and February because it seems like I have a lot to talk about, so I will only be doing January and February. I do feel like I have other books in this video that I haven't seen in anyone else's video. I think a lot of the books I'll be mentioning in this video are by POC authors, so if you want to research more, you can look up all the authors individually. So the first one that I am excited for is called One of the Good Ones. This one comes out on January 5th. This is YA, and it says The Hate You Give meets Get Out. But it says, when teen social activist and history buff Kezzie Smith is killed under mysterious circumstances after attending a social justice rally, her devastated sister Happy and their family are left reeling in the aftermath. That one seems really good. The next one is called The Puzzle Solver, and I have it right here, but this one comes out January 6th. I've already talked extensively about that book, but again, it's like a medical mystery and it's nonfiction. So this is about the dad who is one of the co-authors, Ronald Davis. He studies genetics and he's actually like world-renowned in that topic. It's his quest in trying to find the cure for the illness that his son has, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, which doesn't sound that serious, but if you start reading this book, you will just be so surprised on how serious chronic fatigue syndrome can be. The next one I have here is Before the Ruins. This one is marketed for fans of Catherine House and The Secret History. This one I also mentioned in my TBR, and I will be reviewing it and talking about it more, but this one comes out January 12th. The next one I have is Concrete Rose. This one comes out January 12th, and it is the prequel to The Hate You Give. You've probably seen a lot about it. The next one I have is Dog Flowers. This is another memoir by an Indigenous author. This is another one that I'm looking forward to. January 19th, we have The Edge of the Haight. So this one is about a woman that witnesses the murder of a young homeless boy, and she is seen by the person who committed the crime. And then it says everyone from the police to the dead boy's parents want to talk to Maddie about what she saw. The next one I'm excited for is Girl A. This one comes out on January 21st. This one I think is about a cult because it says Lex Gracie doesn't want to think about her family. She doesn't want to think about growing up in her parents' house of horrors. So she is known as the girl who escaped. And then it says when her mother dies in prison and leaves Lex and her siblings the family home, she can't run from her past any longer. Together with her sister, they intend to turn the house of horrors into a force for good. So I'm excited for that one because I think it has something to do with cults. Next one I'm excited for comes out January 26th, and it's called Bride of the Sea. This is about two students who are expecting their first child, and it turns out that the guy, Munir, he returns to Saudi Arabia while the woman remains in Cleveland and has her daughter there. And then it says, consumed by a growing fear of losing her daughter, the woman disappears with the little girl, leaving the man Munir to desperately search for his daughter for years. So the last book that I'm excited for that's coming out January 26th is called No Heaven for Good Boys. So this one is about two boys from Senegal. They're approached one day by this man who seems like a kind stranger and a highly regarded teacher. I think they're both sent to study the Quran for a year is what they thought that they were going to be doing, but it turns out they're sent out to beg in the streets in order to line the teacher's pockets. So it wasn't what they thought it would be, and they have to survive, and I think they face some threats and dangers throughout their time there. So now we're going into February. The first book that's coming out that I'm excited for on February 2nd, Muted, is coming out, which I'm really excited for. It's a YA book. It says perfect for fans of Elizabeth Acevedo and Jason Reynolds. It's about this girl who's really into music, and then she meets the biggest R&B star in the world, Sean Mercury Ellis. He gives her everything: parties, perks, wild nights, plus hours and hours in the recording studio. Then she realizes she's trapped in his world and it turns into a nightmare. It says inspired by true events, so I'm pretty sure it's inspired by the same events that Grown is inspired by Tiffany Jackson. There's a few books actually that come out on the 2nd. The next book that comes out on the 2nd is The Four Winds. Won't say anything about this because you've probably already seen this. So the other book that comes out on the 2nd is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. This is set in Barbados, and it's about 4 people, and it says they're desperate to escape their legacy of violence in so-called paradise. So that really drew me in. I'm excited to read that one. The next book that comes out on the 2nd, I don't know, it seems like February 2nd is a huge release date, but it's called Fat Chance Charlie Vega. This is a YA, and it's a coming of age as a fat brown girl in a white Connecticut suburb, and I'm excited to read that one. This one also comes out on February 2nd, and it's called The Nature of Fragile Things. This drew me in. It says April 18th, 1906. A massive earthquake rocks San Francisco just before daybreak, igniting a devouring inferno. This follows 3 different women, and it says their lives intertwine on the eve of the devastating earthquake. So that just sounds like it's going to be really good. And it's really intriguing that they've weaved all these stories with the earthquake in mind. The next one I have here that I've mentioned in my January TBR because I will be reading and reviewing it is Cormorant Lake. And this one also comes out on February 2nd. This is about a woman who kidnaps her roommate's 2 little girls. So she kidnaps these kids and she takes them to this place, Cormorant Lake, and they're hidden in the mountains and woods. So I guess there's one more book coming out on February 2nd, and it's called The Kindest Lie. This one takes place in 2008, and it says, in Chicago, Ruth Tuttle, an Ivy League educated black engineer, is married to a kind and successful man. He's eager to start a family, but Ruth is uncertain. She has never gotten over the baby she gave birth to and abandoned when she was a teenager. I think this is going to be talking about race, racial injustice, class inequalities. It just sounds like it's going to be really good. We're almost done. I have 3 more. So the next one I'm excited for comes out February 9th. And I also got approved to review this one, so you will probably see this in my February wrap-up because I think I'll be reading this one in February. This one says, it's a beautiful story of female friendship, betrayal, and mysterious disappearance set in San Francisco again. It just seems to be a trend, I guess. I think like 3 books so far that I've been talking about are set in San Francisco. This is about 2 girls that go to an upscale all-girls school, and one day when they're walking to school, they witness a horrible act. And then I guess it gets crazy because one of the girls suddenly disappears, and it looks like it's a potential kidnapping. So this one sounds like it's going to be interesting. It already caught me when it said that they witnessed a horrible act, but then for one of the girls to be kidnapped, that sounds like it's going to be good. The next one I have on my list is The Echo Wife. This one comes out January 16th. So this one is marketed for fans of Big Little Lies. Martine is a genetically cloned replica made from Evelyn Caldwell's award-winning research. She's patient and gentle and obedient. She's everything Evelyn swore she'd never be, and she's having an affair with Evelyn's husband. So now Evelyn's husband is dead, and the Caldwell wives have a mess to clean up. Good thing Evelyn Caldwell is used to getting her hands dirty. So this is the last book that I have for February. This one comes out February 23rd, and it's called Infinite Country. This one I also received for review, so you will also see a review from me for Goodreads. I'm not good at like filming reviews. I just like can't get my thoughts together and can't seem to say what I'm thinking. So you will see those reviews on Goodreads, and I will make sure to link all those reviews down below when I do get to them. So this couple, they meet when they're teenagers in Colombia, and then they set their sights on moving to the US. They move to the US, and then it seems like one of them is deported, and it looks like the wife has to stay back in the US and take care of their 3 children. It seems like it's going to be a really sad but good book. I'm really excited to review and read this one. That's all I have for January and February. Like I said, I will put up another video either this month or next month for my March and April releases. Let me know which books you're excited for, or if you found any new ones in this video, and I will see you all in the next video.